The reason why I'm here today is to step outside of my comfort zone. I'm not necessarily here to get anybody to follow me, to get anybody to buy anything from me. It's just that I know in my personal life, in order for me to be successful, I need to step outside of my comfort zone and do something that makes me uncomfortable. Because being comfortable is where I keep running into the same mental problems. I can't do it, failure, the fear to step forward, fear of not being able to take care of my family, fear of being in the same spot and I'm doing all this work and nothing's coming from it. I was listening to Jim Rome and he said a quote that it literally changed me. It said, don't let your learning lead to knowledge, you'll become a fool. Let your learning lead to action and you'll become a millionaire. So it was just like, all right, maybe I need to stop waiting on opportunity to find me, and then I need to go find the opportunity. I need to be in pursuit of it. So I do that through working at a school. I do that through what I do when I'm by myself when nobody's watching. So I protect that part of me and I fill up my cup every day and give something to myself, because through this process called life, I guess I got into a stage where I realized that I was taking care of people better than I was taking care of myself. And so I really got tired of giving myself less and then expecting more of other people. So I just kind of changed my thinking. So if I wanted to start on anything today, it would be, you have to change the way you think in order to end up in a new place. So I would say for me, my personal journey, I had to just believe that I was good enough to be a different person. I guess we come up in the community where people stay the same, they act the same, they do the same things over and over and over and over and over and over. And I just didn't want to live that life anymore. So I started to disconnect myself from my environment. And what I realized is that you can have all the dreams and the hope that you want, but your environment affects you more than anything. So I had to get myself out of the environment I was in mentally before I could leave physically. So I just kind of started following people who were in the place that I wanted to be, but also I didn't want to become them neither. I just wanted to learn from them. So as that process took shape and took form, it really started with me just working on myself, calling out my flaws, calling out the things that's beautiful about myself, not looking for anybody to make me happy. What I didn't know, because I needed to know it. So it all started with myself, and I had to focus all that energy that I give to other people to myself. And you get backlash over it. People think you mean, people think that you are changing, which I am. And people, they have all these preconceived notions about you, but I just wanted to press forward anyway. I'm not mad at nobody, but in order for me to get the lifestyle that I want, I know I had to do some things differently. So I started with my mind. The very first thing I did was stop listening to the things that I would once listen to, because faith comes by hearing. So first thing I did was start listening to different people. Dr. Miles Monroe, Dr. Eric Thomas, people that were in different positions than me, Jim Rome, Earl Nightingale. I listened to these things over and over and over and over and over. One story that really is influential to me is Earl Nightingale. I listened to one of his podcasts from back in the day, and it wasn't no podcast, it was a recording of himself. But he made a statement that your mind is like a garden, and whatever you plant in it, that's what will grow. So I instantly, while working at General Motors, every day I started listening to this speech, and I started putting new things in my mind, telling myself certain things, and that brought forth, the courage for me to leave General Motors. And I had a youth program called Gentle Boys to Gentle Men that I had started. Nobody had to pay anything, it was free. I was using my time, my money, just making an investment into myself. And that grew into me getting a phone call from a guy who seen me out working that asked me if I wanted to work at a school, and I said, of course. So I felt like God, I was stewarding like 10 kids then, and then I got blessed to steward more kids. And at that time, I had quit General Motors and didn't have no job lined up. I was just kind of moving off faith. Got a phone call, started working at the school, and I've been at this school for 3 years now. It's been real positive, but within that, I learned some more about myself that I needed to work on. And like I said, my program is called Gentle Boys to Gentle Men. And one thing that I had to discover is that I, myself, had to work on becoming a man myself, because I didn't have any role models. And so I guess just through that experience, it's just like, even though you have some things that you need in life, if you don't have them, you have to go find them. You can't wait for life to come find you. You can't wait for somebody to come teach you. So I started investing all my money into books. I'm an advocate reader, reading different books, learning them, applying them to myself, and then becoming. So right now in this stage of my life, I would call it the becoming stage.